BIDS has been a godsend to us because as an independent business in a city like this, there's a lot of multiples who have a lot of money to spend on promotion and advertising, etc. It's different for the small business, and we always found in the past that we didn't have a say on how money was being spent in the town, and BIDS has completely transformed that. We now have undoubtedly the best Christmas lights in the southwest. A lot of additional money has gone into planting, hanging baskets, etc., which has meant that Troy has really progressed into probably the floral city of the southwest.
Without the footfall, businesses can't survive. So BIDS has been tremendous help in achieving that.
For the bid, I basically, for my rates, I pay around £350 a year. That can sound a lot of money, but I'm sure, as anybody certainly in my sector knows, marketing and advertising and presence is of huge importance, and it is pretty much the only way you're going to get exposure. I think in the greater perspective of things, £350 is not a great deal of money for exposure. I can pay £350 for one large advert in one Cornwall magazine in a month.
I like it when people get together and put their ideas together, because out of small acorns big trees grow, and you won't get things done unless people put together their ideas, and that's what is great about BIDS.
With tourism budgets being cut, with pressure on public sector spending all round, it's really important that there's somebody somewhere who's determined to push the destination and move things forward. And I think that's the vacuum that the BID is fulfilling in Falmouth.
One of the schemes that Totally Truro has brought in is this gourmet guide, which we found to be a huge success. Pretty much the day it came out, I witnessed in my business alone 6 to 7 customers carrying one of these. Now that in itself showed to me that it was working.
I think a key element of BIDS is the management by the private sector rather than by the public sector. And the lovely thing about the BID is the private sector is released to make things happen. And my golly, we're making that happen.
I'm George LaHunt, Chairman of BID Camborne, and the aim of BID Camborne has 3 main themes. The firstly is to increase the real footfall in our town, to make it better for businesses to get more people into town. And we want to do that by putting on more attractions, promoting Camborne. Secondly, we want to increase the virtual footfall. That's on the World Wide Web, and have a very strong image and promotion for Camborne throughout the internet, so people can come to Camborne from all over the world, and we have a Shop Camborne system where people can buy from Camborne as well. And the third one, I think, in a BID that's very important is to be able to bring all business together to decrease their business overheads. That's things like waste collection, insurance, and all the utilities. So that's the aim of BID Camborne.
So we now know the aims of the BID in Camborne, but what do the businesses of the town think of the scheme?
A BID is needed in Camborne to improve the footfall in our town and to ensure that Camborne stays at the front of any business developments.
If we as a group of businesses can get together and actually do something practical to actually make a difference, then it can only be good for the town and for anybody in it. Getting a mojo back, if you like.
I think we need a BID in Camborne at this time because of the recession that we've all been going through lately. I really do think that we need not only an injection of money but an injection of enthusiasm to really give this town a jump start again.
I think a BID is needed in Camborne for a variety of reasons. From my own personal perspective, I'm very concerned about the number of vacant shops which have been rising recently. So we need to reverse that trend as quickly as possible.
What could a BID in Camborne actually achieve?
I would like to think a BID would achieve a bit more communication between businesses, and hopefully we can achieve, a new outlook on the town.
Hopefully a BID in Camborne can, I feel, improve attitudes and to increase the amount of people, the footfall in the town. Just actually make people feel better about what's going on and let people know we're here and what we've got to offer.
I feel a BID could help Camborne achieve its status as a town centre for shopping in Cornwall and help all other businesses and attract new businesses to Camborne.
You can put Camborne on the map. We can do a lot of projects in town to improve it. A good example is Camborne's been in Britain in Bloom for 3 years, and we've only achieved silver gilt. We haven't been able to have the wow factor, so things like BID Camborne can help invest in that to put the wow factor into Camborne in Bloom and the Christmas lights and things like that.
Why is the idea of a bid so exciting?
What excites me about the bids is it's a new idea. At the moment, we're waiting for something, a miracle to happen to promote Camborne, to get Camborne up on the world and on the world stage. And rather than waiting for somebody to come in and go, yeah, this is a miracle that I'm going to create, we can create our own miracle and let's get it going.
It's not just a one-off project. It's a project that will go for 5 years that could raise over £500,000 for us to invest in our town.
What excites me about the bid in Camborne is that it's run by businesses to help promote businesses, and we're in total control.
One pot of money can just achieve so much more than small amounts of money.
And how could the money raised by Bids Camborne be spent to make the most difference?
Camborne has improved over the last decade, but it still needs a lot of effort to make it a lot better to attract people. So we've got to have more attractions in town and make it a better looking town.
And Camborne really needs to promote itself in colour and shape, and I think we need to, with the Christmas lights, be more inventive. But certainly that's just one time of the year. We have things like Trevithick Day that is well supported by people out of town. But once that goes, Camborne tends to die. I think by just putting things like flags up in the street that permanently stay there, that can be colourful, they move, people see them. As you go through the town, you would think, hey, Camborne is celebrating itself.
What would be the result if the bid didn't go ahead?
If the bid does not succeed, then we can lose a great opportunity. Lots of people, lots of businesses, in fact, putting in small amounts can create a large pot for us to achieve a great deal. It would be very sad to miss out on this opportunity.
If the bid does not succeed in Camborne, then I think we have serious problems. We will see more shop closures, a general negative sentiment towards the town, and things will become tougher for the existing traders.
I think if the bid doesn't go through, I think it would be a terrible shame, really. There was a massive missed opportunity for us to invest in our own town. We get the say, we get to spend the money on what we know we need in this town.
We would hope to have something like £120,000 a year to invest in our town, and if we don't take this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, in the current economic climate, we won't get much funding to help us again. So it's our chance to make it happen in Camborne.
But why should businesses be prepared to pay an additional levy?
What makes me prepared to part with a bit of extra cash, which may sound corny or altruistic, but is to actually put something back into the community. I mean, my business is part of that community. Without the town here, I have no business, so you've got to put something back into it to actually make a difference.
It's a small price to pay for businesses. We can work together and put the money towards helping with energy, waste. Many businesses in bids have saved far more money than the bids levy that they have paid.
Thinking about how we would part with the extra money on the business rates levy really isn't a question for us. As a small business, I understand that we will be paying a set rate, and it will be a normal fee that most of us can afford. If you look at advertising in the West Briton or the bigger newspapers within this county, it costs quite a bit of money, and the £100 or £150 that the smaller businesses may be contributing a year, that's a great way of advertising. Just the communication and the extra expertise that levy will bring, it's just a drop in the ocean for the benefits that it's going to bring.
And what about the businesses that are thinking of voting no?
If you're a business who's thinking of voting no, then you should look at what has been achieved in Falmouth and Truro, and don't let us miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Camborne.
What I would say to somebody thinking of voting no would be, think again. It's far too easy to do nothing, and the media are very happy to preach doom and gloom and misery, and if we carry on listening to it long enough, we'll end up believing it. But this is our chance to change that, so let's do it, let's change that.
Do not miss this opportunity to be a part of Bids in Camborne. This is a great opportunity for all the businesses, and Camborne can do.
Camborne.